In this lesson, we are going to add animation and modal to the project. First of all, when you refresh your page in the final version, you can see when the product is loading, there is an animation from bottom to top. When you add to cart an item, there is an animation from left to right. And when you click on proceed, there is another animation like fade from right to left. So there are three, and the last one, when you click on a product, a modal like this appears and there is a zoom animation for you. That's it. Let's implement this feature together. So it comprises of two sections. The first section is about adding animation and the second one is about adding modal. So the first step is to create a branch. It is very easy. Click on master, click new branch, enter animation dash modal as a name of branch and press enter, and you are good to go to start coding here. Based on the plan, we are going to show animation. First step is to install a package like React-Reveal. Let's open terminal and then npm install React Reveal. After installing this, it's time to go for the next step. What's that? It's create a fade effect from bottom to top for products. To do that, we need to open the products component, go to src folder inside the components, open products, and then what we need to do is to import fade from React Reveal slash. Here you see a list of animation effects, and what we are looking for is fade. You can try others if you like. What's the next step? Is to wrap the whole UL inside fade and set the direction of fade from bottom and set the cascade to true. Wrap the whole UL inside the fade. Also, by having only cascade, it's enough. Having this property is enough. And it makes the items inside li comes right after each other, not in one time, you know. So let's check the result. You see, if you refresh it again, you can see that it comes from bottom to top. That's it. We have done the first animation and it's time to go for the second one. What's the second one? It's add to cart. When you click, it shouldn't be appear like this. It should be like this. Let's go for it. For sure, it should happen inside the cart component. So let's open the cart component. Here we are going to use fade again. React Reveals slash fade. And let's go for, right before cart items, add fade. This time it should come from left, and also it should be cascade too. Cut the closing tag and move it to after UL. Let's check it. You see, when I add a new item like this, you can see there is an animation right here. That's it. So we have done the second one. Let's go for the process. It should, when I click here, it shouldn't be appear suddenly. It should appear like this, from right to left. To do that, what I'm gonna do is to go to the checkout part, and for the div for checkout, I am going to create a fade. This time it's gonna come from right, cascade here too, and wrap the whole cart div inside this. It's gonna be like this. When I click on proceed, you see something like this happens. So it makes the website attractive for people and just encourage you to buy stuff. That's it. Let's go for the harder part, and it's gonna be adding modal. As you see, when I click on the image of a product, a modal like this appears. Let's go for it. To open a modal by clicking on a product image, first of all, we need to install React modal. Open terminal, npm install React modal. After installing React modal, it's time to go products.js and import modal. We are going to set the state for product to null. Let's go to product.js and here import modal from React modal like this. These components need to have a state to show modal or hide modal. To do that, let's define the constructor probs called super on probs, and then this dot state. Here is the initial value for modal. We are going to depend modal visibility to the product. If product exists, show it. If it doesn't exist or it's null, do not show the modal. So we need to find the location to fill the value for product, and it's gonna be on click on the image of this product. On click, it should be open modal. But the point is, it needs to be like an arrow function, open modal, and the open modal accept the current product as a parameter and prefix with this because we need to implement that right before render. Open modal, define it like a method function which accepts product as a parameter, and inside this there is a very simple line of code. This dot set state product. So what happens by running this line of code? We fill the value of a state. We fill the state product with the selected product right here. When user click on a product, it should be set as a product of the state of the component. We need to define the close modal too, but this time it doesn't accept any parameter. And what it does is in the reverse functionality of open modal set state, this time product should be null. So here we have done with event handling, and it's time to create a real modal. We need to use conditional rendering. If product exists, then you can show the modal component. But first of all, we need to introduce modal inside the render function. I'm using deconstructing assignment from state. And inside the modal, I'm going to use zoom effect. Inside the zoom, there should be a div, and I just set the title to Modal. Don't forget to import zoom like this. Import zoom from React Reveal /zoom. For Modal, there is a property and it is open. We need to set it to true because when there is a product, this modal will be rendered. Let's check it and click. You see, it's the modal. So we need to find a way to close that. Put a button and set on click to this dot, close modal. And I'm going to use a small x and set the class name to close modal. Also for the modal itself, set on request close to the this.close modal. Check the result, click. Here is the modal. When I click on close, it's gonna get closed like this. So it's time to add the data about this product here like this. Let's implement this part. First of all, create a div and set the class name for this div to product details. Inside product details, there are two columns. The first one is an image, and the source of this image is gonna be product.image. Don't forget to set alt and set the alt to product.title. And the second one is gonna be a div, and the class name for this div is product details description. Product details description. There are 3 paragraphs inside product item description. The first one is product title, product.title. I'm going to make it strong because it's the title of product. The second paragraph is gonna be product description. And the last one is gonna be available sizes. The available sizes is an array, so I'm going to use product.available sizes.map, and inside the map I'm going to define an span and put an empty space like this, and then put a button. Set the button class name to button, and the value or the caption of this button is gonna be the X itself like this. So here is the available sizes, and I'm going to put a colon and a space here to create distance between buttons and available sizes. That's it. The 3 paragraphs are here, and the last one is gonna be the price. Inside product price div, there should be a div to show the price itself. Product.price, but we are going to wrap it inside format currency function because it's a price. And the second column next to price is the add to cart button. Set class name to button primary and set on click to what? To what we need to do is to, first of all, this dot close modal should run. And before closing modal, we need to call this dot add to cart this product. And close the button, add to cart. Let's check the result. When you click on a product, you see something like this. So everything's in terms of functionality is okay. Also, for add to cart, make it this.props.add to cart. So in terms of functionality, if you click on a product, you can see the functionality works perfect. If you click on a product and click add to cart, it should work. But the point is, in terms of presentation, we need to make it like this. To do that, we have to use flex. Let's go to index.css and at the very end, create a section for product details. I'm going to create a class for product dash details. So because we are going to arrange stuff next to each other, we need to set display to flex. And because we want to make it responsive, set flex wrap to wrap and set a space between for justify content. The next thing I'm gonna do here is to set the max height. And let's make it 96 viewport height. For image inside product details, what I'm going to do, first of all, set max height to 100 viewport height and set max width, let's say 46 rem, and we are going to make it center aligned. Margin should be 0 auto. For product details description, there should be flex 1 and 1 and set a margin like 1 rem. And the last thing is close modal button. Set position to absolute. Set right to 1 rem and top to 2.5 rem. And set index to a big number, z index to, let's say, 1000. And let's check the results. If I refresh and click on a product, you can see it should be like this, which is very similar to the final one. So we have done with adding animation and modal to the project. Let's try again. I just click on a product. There is a zoom animation and also there is a modal. When I click on add to cart, there is animation to add item to cart. I can add item directly. And when I click on process button, there is animation from right to left. And then I'm ready to go for publishing this change on the GitHub repository. Click here, select this. And as you see, you can see the list of changes here. If you don't like to add package-lock.json to the GitHub repository, right click here and then add to git ignore like this. And then put a message. And the message is gonna be animation and Modal. Add animation and modal. Press Command or Control Enter, and then click on Publish Changes. After publishing changes, it's time to go to GitHub repository for this project and merge this pull request. The last step for every feature is to go to Google Spreadsheet, make the task as a done, and then get ready for the next feature. And don't forget, you need to change the branch to master to start the new feature. Until next lesson, which is about creating a backend for products. Bye-bye.